breakdown of what we're about to get into.
Well, as you can probably tell from my eyes, I haven't seen the sun in 6 months. We're down in Tennessee. It's a little bright down here. It's a little toasty. We are at a local gym getting Paige ready for the Mayhem Classic primer day for Misfit Athletics. So she just had some body work done, come into the gym, nice, long, slow, sweaty warm-up. Then we're going to get into some EMOM power snatches, trying to prime the nervous system a little bit. And then her and I will show you guys, but her and I will create a primer workout, that kind of 2 to 4 minute range type workout, where we try to get the heart rate up quickly and then kind of back off, and then it's back on the machines for a flush, little mobility, that sort of thing. I find it helps get the athletes ready physically for the competition, but maybe more important, mentally. Like their whole thing is go, go, go all the time. So when they have these taper weeks going into a competition, it's very out of the norm for them. So if we can get into the gym and do something that's going to be helpful, win-win.
What'd you have for breakfast today?
A lot.
Anything good?
Okay. I had a cup of coffee, Chobani creamer, cookie dough one is really good. I had a Belvita bar and a yogurt, Greek yogurt. That's like the start of my day. And then I had 2 cups of oatmeal. That took me about 30 minutes to get down.
CrossFitters fight oatmeal and rice.
Yeah, and it like sticks to your ribs, like, you know. I had 2 cups of oatmeal, blueberries and raspberries with that, a banana, eggs, 3 eggs. Unfortunately, I didn't buy ketchup, so Joanne's gonna have to go get some, because I cannot do eggs like that, again. But I forced those down. A lot of water, some salt, always salt. That's like the first thing of my day. If I don't have salt first thing in the morning, not a good day. And that was it so far. So I'll have a lot of snacks while I'm here, and then we'll go back and get some lunch. All right, so we just created a primer workout for Paige. We have 5 toes to bar, 7 dumbbell thrusters. She hasn't worked on those yet. Those got announced in the programming, and 9 calorie echo bike. It's gonna be like a 3 to 5 minute AMRAP. I'm gonna pay close attention to the way that she's moving. Once I see that heart rate really up, then we're gonna call it at the end of that round. I actually like having the athletes choose the movements. Just another thing where they're not super stressed out about being forced into something, but we do make sure that there is a balance. So like if they're gonna choose a ski and they've already got that hinge in there, then we'll probably make sure that the barbell involves a lower body, probably squat, lunge, something to that effect. And then we're normally contending with multiple athletes voting for what they get to do, but we just have, it's just Paige here. So we've got some movements that she hasn't done a ton of in prep, and I think that'll be a good confidence booster going into it.
Looks pretty fresh,
Okay,
Paige.
so this shoe.
I'm curious to hear the street. Oh, yeah, for sure.
But the other shoes she does. That is
Rock
the
stuff.
special
Oh,
one.
right.
So
Can't wait to try this out.
shoes she has.
Yeah.
We are closing doors. Everyone.
Guys, event 1 at the Mayhem Classic is in the books. It's my kind of workout right here. All the better. If you've ever done one of our competitions, they'll be like, so 3 rounds, 800-meter run, 20. Also 48 inches, which throws a wrinkle in there, and then 40 squats with the call it the feed bag, longer bag, has the handles on it. 3 rounds of that. So really nasty workout. One thing that I don't think a lot of people took into account here is the weather. It's a little muggy and a little warm for the athletes on the run here. Like going back there, it looks like we're at the games. Like everybody's kind of red. So really gnarly workout. Paige did incredibly well. We believe 6th place right now, and then not just 6th place, but beat quite a few people that she will be battling, for one of those top 2 spots, which is incredibly important. So it's a really good start to the weekend. I think hit for an athlete to start, sort of in a way that they feel proud of and they feel good and they feel comfortable going into it. And now we, have the plans of how do we recover, how do we replenish all that, because she's got basically like 2 hours between that and heavy Isabelle.
Paige, how did that event go?
It was good. I guess I was 5th, thanks to Andrea. No, I finished 5th overall. She's going to come behind you. It's very hot. Like, warm-up area, AC out there, no AC. It's super muggy, super humid. But I have a lot of nerves into this event. A lot of just dealing with the shoulder through the last couple months, and a lot of changes at home, and just a lot of uncertainty and a lot of doubt that I've been trying to work through mentally. So just to come out and get a good first event, finish in the top 5, kind of settles the nerves a little bit. A lot of electrolytes, a lot of carbs, a lot of fueling going on right now. So got some body work done, got the shoulder ready to go. We'll be ready to snatch.
Paige.
What's up, homie?
Can you just give me your thoughts on the second workout from yesterday?
Heavy Isabelle? Yeah, it was fun. I think if it were 30 squat snatches for time, maybe I would have won because I did not power 1 rep. But it's just a big execution workout. So having done that grueling event 1 and then being able to recover, fuel, and then make sure your legs are ready for 30 heavy reps, and that your mind was ready to execute was a big piece of it. So I went 30 for 30. I didn't miss a rep, so that was a big deal because in warm-up, I missed one right before I went out. So, but no, I was proud of that. I tested it at home, and I started out way too hot, and I was like, 7.5 minutes, so to be under 6 was awesome. It was a big deal. So
Overall, happy with your performance on day 1?
yeah, overall, for sure. Always hungry for more. So we'll see. We got 3 big events today. So.
Beautiful. I had a question. I asked you earlier, what kind of like stretching and like taking care of your body do you do after like a day like yesterday? So like when you went home, like what do? You just stretch and do recovery work?
I ate a lot of food.
Yeah. Anything good?
Not really. I'm on like just a ground meat and rice kick, and it's just easily digestible. But there wasn't a whole ton of like, I did some body work here before I got done. Like the shoulder is holding up, the adrenaline helps a lot, but like waking up today was pretty rough. So just a lot of tendinitis that I'm working through. So I came in early, got some body work done again, and just trying to start mobilizing, opening up my pecs, my shoulders, getting some extension, and last night was more about getting the food in, getting the electrolytes in, a little bit of stretching after a hot shower, and then it was go crash and get to bed.
Beautiful. I had a Hawaiian pizza for the both of us yesterday, so I really enjoyed it.
Hey, I love a Hawaiian pizza.
Heck yeah.
So, all right.
Thanks, Paige.
You bet.
Can you give me a breakdown of event 2 yesterday?
Yeah, so 30 snatches for time. Isabelle, we were basically power snatch only for the first like 5 or 6 weeks of prep in terms of having actual weight on the bar. She got into squat snatching, just in the last couple of weeks here. So with a workout like that, the goal is to stay in the top half, stay in that top 10. And that's exactly what she did. I think execution-wise, it went really, really well. When you squat snatch all of the reps, there's an accuracy component that's huge that becomes more and more challenging the more fatigue that you get. And for her to nail every single one of those reps and then have those moments where maybe she caught one a little bit forward or did something, she made the adjustment on the next rep. That's the kind of workout too where taking chances in certain moments, the payoff probably isn't there. You can snag a couple of seconds off it, or you can add 30 to 45 seconds to your score. So really happy with the execution there, and really excited for event 3. I think event 3 with her legless capacity could be a really, really good event.
Slider.
I was wondering where that frisbee came from yesterday.
Don't tell Vertex, but I temporarily stole it. AKA I borrowed it.
look awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, we're locked in.
Don't worry.
We got the carbs going.
Do an upper thigh.
Thank you. Rich.
Breakdown of your day today.
Well, we certainly had a day. It started off really well. We started with the legless rope climb event, which, for not having done legless rope climbs for, I don't know, 6 months, they went well. I do love that movement, even though I don't love rope climbs in general. So that event went really well. I didn't trust myself as much as I could have. I won't say should have, as much as I could have. So looking back on it, it's like I know where my strengths are, and I need to let my brain catch up with that, with what my body is capable of. Event 4. That was a bad one. That was a real bad one. But it just has me really fired up to get back into the overhead work, getting upside down. Yeah, I struggled. I got no reps on my first 2 GHDs, and it just kind of went downhill from there. So range of motion with my upper body right now just feels pretty trashy.
Yeah.
So, and then the last one, Echo Bike Bar Muscle Up. It went decently well. It definitely could have gone better, but I need to be able to push the bike more. Like, the bar muscle ups weren't really the issue. It's just being able to push that bike and kind of be up with the girls that have a little bit more muscle mass than I do. And yeah, it was pretty fun. It was a fun weekend overall. I think, coming in with a lot of unknowns, a lot of uncertainty of how I'm going to do based on training, and I really just started prepping snatching 2 weeks ago, and I did movements here that I haven't done in a long time, so I'm really fired up to get this PRP and get myself upside down a lot in the coming weeks. So we got virtual coming up, and then we have World Fitness Project. So got a busy May.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
You bet.
Sights and sounds of today.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's been a long day. I'm trying to think of what happened at the beginning of it. what was event 3 was Legolas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really cool, fun event to see, because there was like the element of I knew what she could do in that event, and trying to convince her that she could do that is always kind of like a fun challenge, that sort of thing. And I think in terms of like where you thought you could be in that event and then where you ended up was a pretty big leap for you. I know you feel like you left a place or two on the table, but knowing that moving into online stuff and World Fitness Project, that she still has that in her bag of tricks, that she can fly up the rope, it's pretty awesome. Event 4, I like that she was mad. There's a difference. There's a big difference between mad and sad from an attitude perspective, I think. Knowing that there's work that can be done to put you back in a position to go attack something is better than like a woe is me, like, you know, kind of losing the body language, like that sort of thing. So obviously not the outcome she wanted, but when you're in this environment, you got to go for it anyways. It's not going to do you any good to kind of run your race and then not be able to kind of throw down. So maybe she could have shaved a minute or something off of that with a different strategy, but it's still not really where she wants to be. And then I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm really pumped with the final, just in terms of how your bar muscle up capacity was, and then hopefully you feel like, well, you're not gonna feel good tomorrow, but like not injured. You know, those are two different things, right? Being super sore and stuff like that. So I think that was a really cool way to end the weekend. Now we recover, but also prep for the next few things. We've got some interesting challenges programming wise ahead of us, but that gets me excited. I get the spidey sense going when I think about stuff like that. So
I'm excited to press.
What's that?
I'm excited to press.
Yeah.
To be able to press
Yeah.
and not be uncomfortably in pain.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So good weekend. Fitness is there. Mindset is there. We've got a few things that we're gonna work on, and she's been doing this for long enough to know that it's a one foot in front of the other kind of process, and we're gonna dig into that shit and coming back at you, motherfucker.